In this video, I'm going to discuss on type conversion issues. I'm going to use database AdventureWorks DW for this demo. I'm going to create a table called table1 underscore temp, and the data for table1 underscore temp is going to come from a table called table1. I'm going to create an index called ix underscore test on table1 underscore temp on column 2, and it will include column 1 and column 3 as well. I'm going to create a stored procedure called sp underscore table1 underscore nv. And this stored procedure, sp underscore table1 underscore nv, will be having a nvarchar data type parameter called at column 2. So the definition of this stored procedure is basically going to select column 1, column 2, and column 3 from table1 underscore temp, and the predicate used will be column 2, and this gets checked using the parameter of this stored procedure, which is going to be at column 2. So let's execute this stored procedure. The stored procedure is created now. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to include the execution plan and then going to execute this particular stored procedure. Now, if I look at the execution plan, before that, we can see that it returns close to 153 rows. Let me look at the execution plan. What I'm seeing is like this particular execution plan as an index scan on table1 underscore temp. It basically uses a non-cluster index ix underscore test, which we created as part of the table creation. We created the table, and then after that we created the index. If you notice, what we can see is like this index is definitely covering this particular query that is present inside the stored procedure, but still it is not going for an seek operation. Instead, it is going for a scan operation. And if you look at the data here, what I'm able to see is like the estimated number of rows per execution is 153. But the actual number of rows read is 118,890, and then the actual number of rows for all execution is 153. So basically what we are doing is like we are estimating close to 153 rows. In reality, we are reading close to 118,890 rows, and then after reading all the rows on that particular table, we are pinpointing 153 rows and then returning it as the result. So it is basically doing a complete table scan on this particular that particular table. It is basically using the index to scan each and every row. Now, if I look at the select operator, what I'm able to see is like there is a warning that basically tells like type conversion in expression, convert underscore implicit, nvarchar 255, AdventureWorks DW, DBO table1 underscore temp dot call to comma 0 equal to at call2 may affect seek plan in query plan choice. So it basically clearly tells us the reason why this particular a query is going for an index scan instead of index seek. It basically tells like there is an implicit conversion that is happening. So now what we'll do is like we will look at the table structure of table1 underscore temp. Since we have the predicate on column 2, if we look at column 2, the data type for column 2 is varchar. But what we are doing is like we are comparing this varchar column 2 with an nvarchar parameter at call2. And what is happening when we are doing this, optimizer is basically converting each and every row as far as column 2 is concerned from varchar to nvarchar, and then it is basically doing the checking. So if we see here, it is basically converting each and every data on column 2 to nvarchar and then performing the check. Now that it has to do the implicit conversion during the runtime, there is no way it will be able to do a seek. It has to touch each and every row. It has to convert each and every row, and it has to basically compare with the parameter. And that's the reason we are going for an index scan. So the simple solution for this would be to change the parameter from nvarchar to varchar. So what I'll do is I'll create a new stored procedure called sp underscore table1 underscore v, And the only difference between this stored procedure and this stored procedure is that the parameter in this stored procedure is nvarchar, and the parameter in this stored procedure is varchar. That's the only difference. So let's execute that. Now let's execute this stored procedure. And if you look at the execution plan, what we can see is like it is going for an index seek as expected. And also if we see here, we are estimating close to 153 rows. The actual number of rows read is also 153, and we are returning close to 153 row. So this is a perfect fit as far as this execution is concerned for this stored procedure. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to execute each of these stored procedures side by side, and then let's look at the statistics profile. So let's execute this. So we have this completed. So we have 153 rows returned and 153 rows returned for each of these execution. Now let's look at the execution plan. The first query, since it is doing an implicit conversion, is basically going for an index scan. But the second query, since there is no implicit conversion, it is basically seeking onto the data. Now, looking at the messages, what I'm able to see is like we are able to see that the first query is basically doing close to 533 logical reads, and it basically like completes in 29 milliseconds. And then the second query is basically doing just 5 logical reads. It's like 100 hex improvement as far as logical reads are concerned. And I don't see much of execution time also as far as the second query is concerned. So a simple change as far as from nvarchar to varchar, which basically matches what we have as far as column 2 is concerned, is basically solving the whole problem and also improves the query by 100x. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Jai Hind.